Hi, my name is Darcy Lear. I am co-author of the Spanish introductory textbook, Ctate, with Grant Goodall. And I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about how this curriculum is specifically designed to meet the needs of 21st century Spanish students who are planning to use their Spanish in the real world with native speakers from all over the world. So the first thing we wanted to do was integrate video, authentic video, collected, in a spontaneous manner of Spanish speakers from all over the Spanish-speaking world. So before we wrote a single word of the textbook, we traveled to 5 different countries to do these person-on-the-street interviews. And then we built the curriculum and the activities largely around what real people say in the real world where you want to be using your Spanish. So the very first activity in the book is 8 Spanish speakers from 5 different countries just introducing themselves, saying hi to you in 1 or 2 word utterances, and then you work with those activities. And often in class, you will do the pair and group work. That is this icon of 2 or more people, where you can then use those activities yourself, and you can layer on these professional activities. As you work through each chapter and the entire curriculum, the video gets a little more advanced. So here at the very end of chapter 4, we see these sisters from Mexico talking about their very rich family history, and there's always highly structured activities to guide your viewing so you know what you're listening for, right? Just this one of these 2 adjectives, a number, and we're talking about grandparents, so it's a number between 1 and 4, right? So the idea here is not to understand every word, but to develop strategies to understand what you need to understand. So strategy development is a big part of this, and developing the ability to understand native speakers in an appropriate and progressive way is one big component of this curriculum. Each chapter begins with a comunicación section, and those in every chapter are fixed expressions that, again, 21st century speakers need to be able to fluently communicate at the novice level. And these are meant to be fixed expressions that you go out into the world and use. You don't need to do translations at this point. You don't need to understand the grammar behind these fixed expressions. Grammar will be explored in the estructura sections, if not in the same chapter in a future chapter. But here we just want to make sure, in this case, you can do sort of the small talk of like, what do you do? Because it's a very basic thing you need at the novice level in any language. And we jump right in with this pair activity to review this sort of small talk that you already know, and then the video of people talking about what they do. And then you can go on to use those expressions yourself in class. Here's another fixed expression, que lindo. This is a way to comment on anything, situations, circumstances, weather, people, and all you need is this one word, que, together with the adjectives or nouns that you're learning that you could use to describe things. So this one expression here very early on in the curriculum is going to allow you to really comment fairly universally on things. So that kind of active learning is a feature that we've built into the Ctate curriculum. And we see it again here in the vocabulary presentations in every chapter, where you're asked to actively work with the new vocabulary. It's not presented or translated. It's you need to use the visual cues you see. You need to use the cognates that you see, teléfono here, to understand what all of this new vocabulary is so that then you can get in your pair and group work and use it to develop your communication skills. So that is a very quick overview of some of the features of Ctate, and Grant will talk some more about some of the others.